At the convent of Sweet Mercy, young girls are raised to be killers. In a few old bloods show gifting talent rarely seen since the tribes beached their ships on a Beth. Sweet Mercy hones its novices' skills to deadly effect. It takes 10 years to educate a Red Sister in the way of blade and fist. But even the mistresses of sword and shadow don't truly understand what they have purchased when Nona Grey is brought to their halls as a blood-stained child of 8, falsely accused of murder, guilty of worse. Stolen from the shadow of the noose, Nona is sought by powerful enemies, and for good reason. Despite the secrecy and isolation of the convent, her secret and violent past will find her out. Beneath a dying sun that shines upon a crumbling empire, Nona Grey must come to terms with her demons and learn to become a deadly assassin if she is to survive. Hello, I literally just finished Red Sister by Mark Lawrence. This one, I have a proof copy that I got with my Illumicrate box. And I knew Mark Lawrence was a good author, I knew he was coming with a new book this year, and I decided to read this before I read the main book in the box. Two things. It's bloody, and it's bloody. Red Sister has also, it has a gorgeous cover, like the real cover, not the proof cover. You can see one of them there, and then there's another one there. Nona, our main character, who's 8 when this starts, is a really strong female character that kicks ass, and I really like her. The narrative is great, her story is told in a convincing way, in a way that makes me think, God, I want to punch you really hard right now, and in a way that makes me really want to immerse myself in the story, which is good. The author, Mark Lawrence, has kindly provided the reader with some information about who people are, what they are, and like, that's the wrong page. Well, this is really odd today. Like, tribes, their classes, the characters, and then you can see all the characters are in the book. There's a lot of them. I got quite confused at some points, because you have all these girls' names, and then you have all the sister names, and they all sort of mesh a bit, because there's so many of them, they aren't fully fleshed out. But because this is a series, maybe they will be later, I don't know. But for this, it was slightly confusing. Even though, like, the inner circle is really well fleshed out. You get the sense of who they are and what they do, and some of them don't really surprise you with the way they turn out. But I don't know if that's the intention or not. I feel good when I know that, like, okay, I know this is gonna happen, innit? And it does, and I'm like, yes, I'm the best at predicting and analysing books, and then I chose to forget all the times that I've been wrong. Because this is an all-female book, basically. You might think, ooh, will they fight or will they find the everlasting, redeeming power of love? And they fight. This book is so bloody and gory. It's kind of ridiculous. And I love it. I'm not usually a big fan of gore, and I say that, and then I remember that I like Game of Thrones. I like that steampunk weird version of Alice in Wonderland with all the killing and cannibalism. So maybe I just like gore. The Monk is one of my favourite books. Also because it's an all-female, we are in a convent, it's just us. You do get these subtle ideas of sexuality and what that is, which is really good, but it's also quite subtle. So, you know, you see it, you notice it, it's there, but it's not overpowering. It's just like, they talk about it as if it's the most natural thing in the world, which it is, and that's so refreshing. It's just, you know, it's there. Who gives a shit? It's there. Now, they go to the convent and they are being taught a lot about magic and path and blade and things that I spent some time figuring out what it actually was, and then in my head I gave up and just like, it's magic. it's just some different kind of magic. Let's not fool anyone about this. And you have these different categories of tribes. There's 4 tribes, and their blood gives you different strength, basically. You have Garant, and you can see them by their great size. They are massive. You have Hanska, which are super fast. You have the Marjal, who can tap into the lesser magics. I never really understood what they did, but they're there. And you have Quantal, who can walk the path, which is seen, like, it's described basically as this wonderful light that you walk on and you've never felt that good before, and it's amazing. Some people have 1 of these bloods, fewer have 2, you have a very few that has 3, and then there's basically no one who has 4. Also in the convent you have 4 different classes. You have red class, grey class, mystic class and holy class, and you know, it's a bit like primary school, elementary school, GCSE, A-levels, I don't, just that it's a convent. Now I talked a lot about what was good with the book and how it is, and like how I love the build-up, how I love the feeling of it all, how I love all of that, but what I don't love is the world building that much. You don't really know what sort of how the world is, because he doesn't really tell you. And for someone who's fond of like Tolkien and The Name of the Wind, I like being told how things are. All in all, this book is out on April 6th, which would be Thursday, maybe? And you should totally read it, because it's super good. But beware, it's bloody. And yeah, it's basically out now, so if you read it, please let me know what you thought, if you agree, if you don't agree, and let's all just agree that Hessa is the best character in the entire book. Also, strong point, the ending is not cliché, and it surprised me, and I'm really excited about the next book.